So they're having this big paint jam in Baltimore. Shout out to Psych, who organized the whole thing. It's a big undertaking. He got a lot more walls this year. I got some other Baltimore videos where I went to check out his walls in the previous years. I was offered an invite to paint, so I'm gonna rock a piece. I don't really have a plan what I'm gonna rock. But I came up with an idea because Os, for those of you that aren't familiar with Os, twins from Brazil, legendary artists, graffiti writers, they have a huge show. They have a huge show in the museum, the Hirshhorn Museum in Washington, D.C. So I spent the day before the jam just hanging out, exploring D.C. I literally lapped around the show twice, especially all the stuff in the cases. It was really mind-blowing. I wanted to get like a chair to sit down and like really take in everything I was seeing. It's crazy. There's a lot of early characters. Those guys are known for their characters, and their early characters were all influenced by like hip-hop b-boy characters. You know, with the characters, with the Bodets and the b-boys, I don't know the extent of. I figured like some of these really early primitive sketches, it wouldn't hurt to, incorporate one of them into my pieces. I'll shout them out. So I'm going to be incorporating one of these Os characters, rocking a piece off the top of my head. There's a whole thing. That's a whole topic in itself. Biting people's styles and seeing something someone else painted or drew and incorporating it into your work. There's nothing wrong with it. It's like, I'm all about paying homage. That's like, I'm all about saying thank you for anybody that's ever given me something anyone who's ever given me advice or pointers and showed me a direction. I always give homage. I'm never gonna like put my foot down and be like, no, that was my idea. I came up with that. And if it was. Like, I definitely will argue how I ended up in certain places, like by accident. Like, no one told me to go there. I just ended up there. That was my own discovery, like. Then you got people who will go to these places being like, yeah, I'm finding all this stuff. I know, I know where all the spots are, but they're getting tips and they're kind of being sneaky about it, and it kind of cheapens things because, a lot of spots, a lot of information, you can't just come across like internet resources and all these years that people may or may not realize. I used to hang out at a lot of art shows, a lot of mix and mingling and social gatherings, which I don't do as much anymore. And especially when I was really new. I remember sitting next to Stay High 149 and like all these guys and hearing their stories and picking up little references here and there. And that's how I come up with a lot of my knowledge. Someone actually came up to me in a show once, a younger kid too. This was a couple years ago. And he's like, yo, how do you know so much? And I was like, I'm doing exactly what you're doing right now. Just standing around, talking, socializing. But at this point, I'm going to make a new video talking about social media and its impact on just the culture in general. Life. It's not just graffiti. It's like everything. I went down, I got sucked into some podcast or something about some guy who's involved with gatekeeping, like endangered species, which is great, in like some other country, and how social media, everyone's going to their, stomping all over like where they are and taking their selfies, TikTok videos and street. Sorry for not including all the walls at this event. There was a lot of blocks to cover. There probably was double the amount of writers that you're seeing in this video that actually painted at the event. And you know, between I was actually busy painting myself and trying to just chill everything. I only lapped around like once or twice. Yeah.
That's insane. That shit is crazy, right? Got that.
Yeah. Then at the end of one of the nights, Psych had like an art show for all the artists, and it was a great gathering of all the writers and hanging their canvases and hitting black books and tags, and it was a great weekend. And thanks again, and hope you enjoyed this video.